Now, from your Weather Authority, Chief Meteorologist Wayne Hart.
Well, after a nice weekend, it's a quiet Monday night, but we have 2 rounds of strong to severe storms on the way. The first unfolds tomorrow afternoon, and then the more significant one will likely be Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday evening. But here are the numbers from today. A little bit warmer than normal, 65 the low and 78 the high. So here's the details on the severe storm alert. It's a slight level 2 out of 3, or I should say 2 out of 5 threat for tomorrow afternoon and evening. We rise to an enhanced level 3 out of 5 risk on Wednesday, and the time frame will be pretty similar for both afternoon and evening events, although the one on Wednesday could start a little bit earlier in the afternoon. All threats will be possible: damaging wind, tornadoes, large hail. But the event on Wednesday is a higher end risk. We can't rule out the potential for a strong tornado. That's what the guidance is kind of telling us right now. I'll show you that in more detail here in a moment. But here are the highs from today: about 75 to 80 degrees, a little bit above average. And tomorrow will be a little warmer and humid for the first time this season, which is not unusual for early May. Just false returns around the radar site. We will see a few showers overnight, maybe a thunder shower, but nothing significant. And you can see the heaviest rain over the last 24 hours, which included those thunderstorms from last night down here in our southeastern counties, where portions of Hopkins, Muhlenberg, and Ohio counties picked up over an inch of rain. But watch the skies today. It was really neat. We had the rain this morning. That's not so neat. But watch as everything breaks up this afternoon. The upper level winds were changing direction, and there, all of a sudden, we had some sun and a 50-50 mix of sun and clouds and a beautiful sunset. And now we've got a clear to partly cloudy sky. We're down to 68 degrees. Dew point's close behind at 64. The winds are calm, upper 60s to around 70. So it's going to be a warm night, even though it wasn't all that warm today. Overnight lows only in the mid 60s. Now, out west, there is a rare level 5 high risk for severe storms and tornadoes underway here. Central northern Oklahoma into southeast Kansas. You don't get a high risk from the Storm Prediction Center very often. Last time that happened was about a year ago. Really rare for our area, but you can see that line of storms now from southeastern Kansas to just northwest of Tulsa, back to the north of Oklahoma City. We got one long-lived tornado up here getting close to the Kansas border, and all that is east. Eventually we get into our area in a much weaker fashion, more than likely shortly after daybreak tomorrow morning, but we really don't have to worry about that particular line. Storm Prediction Center is keeping us in a marginal level 1 risk here overnight, more south and west of Evansville, but all the latest guidance really weakens this activity. But tomorrow afternoon we go to a level 2 threat area-wide, and then Wednesday afternoon it is level 3, and I would not be surprised if we get upgraded to a level 4 moderate risk on Thursday. That's a possibility just based on the guidance we've been looking at over the past 24 hours. So we'll time it out with Future Tracker. Overnight, just a few showers and thunder showers rolling through. 7 a.m., this is all that is left of that line of severe storms I just showed you out in Kansas and western Missouri. That continues to weaken as it moves in from the west tomorrow morning, and then we're quiet by noon. The sun comes back out, and then the scattered storms begin to fire here by, say, 2 to 4 p.m. Confidence is not as high tomorrow in terms of how many storms we're going to see, but the support is there for severe storms, including a tornado or two, damaging wind, and even some golf ball size hail along and north of the Ohio River. This model run doesn't get too excited about the strength of these storms. There are your highs, low 80s, and it will be humid, but I'll show you these threats. It's level 2, tornado, hail, and wind, but this hatched area along and north of the river, that's the potential for golf ball size hail with the storms tomorrow afternoon. But this is 4 p.m., 8 p.m., they don't look all that intense. But again, there's that possibility. Don't let one run add any, hope to the picture in terms of maybe it not getting that bad. Hopefully it won't, but there's that possibility certainly. And that pushes to the east. We're quiet starting the day on Wednesday, and then here comes the big event on Wednesday afternoon. Watch between noon and 2 p.m. Things just explode along the warm front. So the severe threat rapidly develops there. This is going to be on the warm front, so tornadoes will be possible along that. And then we get these waves coming in from the northwest, 4 p.m., another one by about, say, 6 to 7 p.m., and the threat eventually pushes away to the southeast and is over with shortly after midnight. We cool down and quiet the weather picture heading towards the end of the week. So overnight, maybe a shower or thunder shower, nothing severe. Mid-60s for the warm low, and then tomorrow, those weakening thunder showers coming in, giving way to some sun, scattered storms in the afternoon, possibly severe, very windy, warm and humid, low to mid-80s. That higher threat begins early Wednesday afternoon, goes into Wednesday night, 86. We cool down, that 60% chance Thursday before sunrise. The day will be dry with clearing skies, and let me show you that 7-day one more time there, because as we get into the weekend, it is going to be cooling down. Some scattered showers, it looks like later Saturday into Saturday night, but hopefully Mother's Day will be mainly dry and pretty pleasant with a high of 74. Well, I just talked about that high risk out to the west. That's one of the storm chasers from the ABC affiliate, I think in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Parts of the country, of course, under threats of severe weather into the overnight hours. Intense tornadoes forming in Kansas and Oklahoma right now, where the meteorologists, of course, have issued their highest severe weather alert possible, that high risk I talked about. And here's that live look from the storm tracker in Oklahoma right now. I believe it's northern Oklahoma. ABC's Jacqueline Lee has more details.
Tonight, tornado watches are in place in multiple states across the Midwest and Heartland, with violent storms expected from Oklahoma City to western Iowa. Kansas and Oklahoma are in the bullseye, bracing for intense long-track tornadoes like EF3s or higher, the highest risk in Oklahoma in 5 years. Meteorologists warn of hail the size of a softball and damaging wind gusts up to 80 miles per hour. ABC's chief meteorologist Ginger Z in El Reno, Oklahoma.
I am right in the middle of that particularly dangerous situation tornado watch, and the darkness behind me is actually one of the tornado-warned storms, about 65 miles to our northwest.
And further south, people in Texas are recovering after severe storms and flooding inundated the region. Texas Governor Greg Abbott announced during a press conference that there were 3 total deaths, including 2 adults and 1 child.
It's a terrible, demoralizing feeling. I mean, it ain't a fire, but it's a close second.
Officials concerned about the Trinity River as the dam is releasing 115,000 cubic feet per second of water. The Harris County Sheriff saying they rescued more than 233 people and 186 pets.
The state of Texas is going to work side by side with all of these local officials until the very last house is going to be rebuilt. We're going to be here with you every step of the way.
The storms will continue to march east overnight, with severe weather possible during the early morning in Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, and eastern Oklahoma. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.